What's good, Washington fans? So disappointing loss, man. Our defense was bad. Just like that sewage leak that happened at FedEx Field. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that looked terrible. Looked like some stuff going on the fans as well. It was like coming down the from the freaking roof or ceiling of the stands or whatever, but it looked terrible. Too many guys over the middle of the field were catching Keenan Allen wide open. There was a play on third down where Jared Cook was wide open in the flats, and then Keenan Allen was wide open in the middle. He got a first down. Then it was the same thing over and over again. Ron Rivera clock management, decision making is very questionable. It was questionable last year. It's still questionable this year. It's supposed to be Riverboat Ron. Didn't go for it on that fourth down, on 4th and 7. He should have went for it. Our defense was terrible the whole game. Antonio Gibson fumbles and coughs up the football. He fumbled twice. There was a fumble in the first half right before he went out of bounds. I feel like it kind of got swept under the rug because it went out of bounds. But that was a legitimate fumble. He got lucky there. Then he fumbles on our own 2 or 4 yard line and basically blows the game right there. Now, I was thinking about the touchback. I don't know if that was a fumble by Justin Herbert where Montez Sweat made a good play and the refs gave us the ball on that one. I don't know if it was football karma on that, but Antonio Gibson has to hold on to the football. You cannot fumble the ball. He's so talented. I don't want him to be another Matt Jones where it looked like Matt Jones was so talented, but next thing you know, he has butter hands. He can't hold on to the ball, fumbling the ball all the time. It's just terrible. Now, week 2, I don't care if Fitz is healthy or not. Heinicke needs to start. He needs to start. He played his butt off. The offense looked like night and day when he was out there. Ryan Fitzpatrick, when he played, he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good either. He was forcing the ball to Antonio Gibson on every passing play. He didn't throw the ball to Terry McLaurin at all. We actually tried to give the ball to Terry McLaurin when Heinicke came in the game in that beautiful pass where he just laid it up in the air. I was like, where's the ball going? Next thing you see a flag coming out of nowhere. Next thing you know, you see Terry McLaurin with a hell of a catch. That was probably one of the best. That catch is up there with the Mo Harris catch from the Vikings. That's probably one of the best catches I've seen from the Washington football team in the last 15, 20 years, to be honest with you. I don't see any other catch being that great. If there was another catch that you can name that was just as good or even better than that catch, you can definitely comment below. But that was a hell of a catch by McLaurin. Just some life, the touchdown pass to Logan Thomas, him running around, his mobility in this offensive line. Leno did not look great. Sam Cosmi, I did not expect him to come out there and look good against Joey Bosa. And he didn't look good against Joey Bosa. You know, we got a couple roughing the passer calls where Joey Bosa hit Heinicke low, and then he hit him up top as well. One of the roughing the passer calls was like, it was a little ticky-tacky, but I'll take it. Heinicke, when he comes in, he just makes something shake. He's playing NFL Street shovel pass, doing stuff like Jeff Garcia, Kurt Warner. He's just ducking his head and getting under. He's doing the same thing that he did in that Tampa Bay game. Everybody wants to call it a fluke and, teams aren't game planning for him. But he came back after halftime. And Brandon Staley is the number one. He was the defensive coordinator for the number 1 defense last year in the Rams. And you're telling me he didn't think about game planning for Taylor Heinicke just in case Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out there and throws 3 picks or gets injured or something like that. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear anything about game planning for Taylor Heinicke. I don't want to hear that excuse for why this man should not be starting. Heinicke should be starting. And that's a fact. He showed it today. He needs to be starting. Jared Patterson needs to get the ball a little bit more too. I feel like Jaden McKissick should get some carries too, because if Taylor Gibson is going to keep fumbling like that, we got to give some other guys some touch. Now, Gibson did play well. He had 20 carries for 92 yards, so I'm trying to give him a little bit of slack. But let me get on track here too. 14 for 18 on third downs. That killed us. Jack Del Rio. There were times where Casey Toohill was out there instead of Chase Young on multiple downs back to back to back. James Smith-Williams, no disrespect to these guys. James Smith-Williams got a terrible neutral zone infraction that led to the first touchdown, where I feel like he shouldn't have been in the game at all. Like, he shouldn't have been in the game in that situation. It should have been Chase Young or Montez Sweat, both of them in there at the same time. We're talking about these guys being a top 5 pass rush duo, and they're not in the game in important situations in the beginning of the game. It makes zero sense to me. Zero sense at all. What's his name? Justin Herbert, he's legit, man. We knew this. Preseason rust, not a factor at all. Justin Herbert, when Tyrod Taylor had the punctured lung or whatever happened last year, he had no preseason. He had no mini camps. He had no OTAs. He had none of that, and came in there and balled out on that first game against the Bengals, or played really well in the second game against the Chiefs. Justin Herbert didn't need a preseason. We're all talking about them being rusty and all this stuff. They didn't need a preseason. They did not need a preseason. Their coach is smart. Brandon Staley was smart and rested their guys. That was a smart move by them. Austin Eckler had a good day today too. Mike Williams had a couple drops that saved us. And Ben St. Juste, man, the preseason training camp hero. Didn't play well. He looked like a rookie out there. He looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie. Kendall Fuller didn't look good to me either. I think Keenan Allen did whatever he felt like doing to Kendall Fuller. Every time it was a first down or him breaking a tackle, he did whatever he felt like doing. I think the best corner today was William Jackson. William Jackson had a really nice interception. Then it gets followed up by an Antonio Gibson fumble. So I feel like he was the best corner out there. Cameron Curl had some good plays. John Bostic got cooked again. He's just not a coverage linebacker. He's just not good at it at all. I thought Bobby McCain gave effort. I'll say that. Landon Collins didn't hurt us. He didn't do anything crazy out there. I think the best D lineman today, John Allen had a sack from what I remember. Matt Ioannidis got back there a couple times. And Chase Young, he did not win his matchup. I feel like he didn't make the impact that we were looking for today. To be honest, to keep it 100, he didn't make the impact that we were looking for, a sack or a couple of pressures. I just didn't see it. I thought Montez Sweat was the better one out of the two with having that, forced fumble, if you want to say it wasn't or not. But I thought he was the better pass rusher out of the pass rushing duo today. Wow. Tough loss to swallow. I mean, I'll bring it back to Ron Rivera where he should have went for it. 4th and 7. And then not only should he have went for it, but punting it. It's okay if you want to punt it, but for letting the clock run down for a whole minute, and then you punt the football, and then Troy Apke gets a false start. It's like, hey, Troy Apke's supposed to be the special teams ace. He gets a false start on the play. Dustin Hopkins missed the 51-yard field goal. What do I expect? I'm not surprised that he missed it. I'm actually surprised that he made the other case, to be honest with you. I thought he did okay for what for my expectations on Dustin Hopkins. I thought he actually did a good job for what he did today. I did not expect him to make a 51-yard kick. So I'm not really like, oh, Dustin Hopkins is terrible. We know what we're getting from him. I would re-sign Eddie Pinheiro. They released him. I think we need to sign a backup edge rusher. I think we need to. If there's a free agent edge rusher, I don't know if Everson Griffin is still out there. I think we need to sign a backup edge rusher, to be honest with you. A veteran edge rusher who has been there, done that before in the NFL. DeAndre Carter was a positive player today. I thought he had some good kick returns. Didn't do anything in the passing game. De'Ami Brown did force a pass interference. They did miss a face mask in the beginning of the game, which I thought would have helped us get a first down. Like I said, De'Ami Brown forced a pass interference. Chase Young had a neutral zone infraction as well today. Ben St. Juste missed a tackle. I want to say it was on Keenan Allen. It was on a 2nd and 20. The guy named Jalen Guyton, he had a good game. KJ Hill from Ohio State, he had a solid game. He got an easy first down over the middle at one time. Jared Cook was just wide open a lot. Tight ends, that's been our Achilles heel covering tight ends. We have never been able to cover a tight end in the last 10 years. Derwin James had a horse collar on Antonio Gibson, but they called a face mask on Antonio Gibson. That hurt us pretty bad because that would have gave us an easy first down. I can't remember if we ended up starting on that play. Oh, Brandon Sheriff had a really bad false start at one point. It pushed us back. I think, that's the drive where it pushed us back for a 51-yard field goal where it could have been like a 45 or a 46-yard field goal. And Dustin Hopkins actually made a 40-yard field goal early in the game. So Brandon Sheriff getting paid all that money on the double franchise tag, and you make plays like that hurt us. Humphreys getting an illegal block on one play, that hurt a drive. I can't remember if we scored or not on that drive. I think we actually ended up not scoring. I think that's the drive where we actually had to punt the football. That was a questionable call, that block or chip and block, whatever they called on Adam Humphreys. I love Humphreys, but he was a non-factor today. Cam Sims had one catch. Just a disappointing game. We got a game on Thursday against the Giants, which I'm not. After watching today, I'm not too confident we can beat a lot of teams if we can't get back, if we can't rush the passer, which is what we're relying on. We're supposed to be a defensive team that relies on our defense, relies on Chase Young, relies on Montez Sweat. And if they're not playing well and we're Swiss cheese in the middle of the defense, letting tight ends or wide receivers get wide open, how do you let Keenan Allen get wide open on a 3rd down like that? When you know he's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, and you let him just wide the freak open in the middle. To Mike Williams is a good receiver too. We all know that. We know he's a number 2 wide. He's one of the best number 2 wide receivers in the NFL. Heinicke today was 11 for 15, 122 yards, 8 yards per pass, 1 touchdown, no picks. Had a quarterback rating of 119.3. The guy needs to play. Needs to play, man. It is what it is. He needs to play. I don't care if we pay Ryan Fitzpatrick $20 million. We paid him $10 million. I don't care if we paid him $20 million. Taylor Heinicke needs to play. It's not a question. It's really not a debate. McLaurin needs more targets. He had 4 targets. That's not enough. 4 catches for 62 yards, no touchdowns. A decent day. Logan Thomas, 3 catches for 30 yards, 1 touchdown, as long as catches for 12 yards. After that, the second leading receiver other than Logan Thomas was Cam Sims with a 17 yards for one catch. So only Adam Humphries had 2 catches for 10 yards. So only 3 wide receivers had catches today. Antonio Gibson, 2 fumbles and 1 loss. Ryan Fitzpatrick, that fumble, I didn't really think it was a fumble. I thought he threw the ball forward, to be honest with you. I didn't think that was a fumble, but they called it a fumble. Cole Holcomb, 11 tackles, led the team in tackles. We'll just go over the numbers real quick before I head out. Who else? Bobby McCain had 10 tackles today. Bostic had 8 tackles. Montez Sweat had 1 sack with the fumble, with the strip fumble near the end zone in the red zone. Chase Young had 3 tackles and no sacks today. He had 1 tackle for loss though, so he contributed in some way. Jamin Davis, mid game. I didn't see anything terrible. I didn't see anything good from him. Basically, like we saw in the preseason, nothing great, nothing bad. Just right in the middle, just average, to be honest. And I think we need to sign another linebacker, to be honest with you, to stop the run and somebody that can cover. This is a disappointing loss, man. I think we're better than what we played. Dustin Hopkins hit a 48-yard field goal. That's why I said that false start by Brandon Scherff killed us. Really put us out of field goal range on that. But Heinicke, man, like I said, he brought in some life, man, for real. Leading us down to get that field goal before the end of the half. That was huge, too. And Ron, what happened to Riverboat Ron? I really thought he should have went for it on that 4th down. I really do. And his clock management was bad. His clock management was bad last year. In the beginning of the year, I know Dwayne Haskins was that quarterback. We were terrible, so he just decided to take knees at the end of the game and just wave the white flag in the air. So he was terrible with that. Going for the 2-point conversion against the Giants. I'm being objective here on Ron Rivera. Just got to be honest. The crowd, I looked at the crowd in the stadium. I heard they were saying hell to the previous name when we did score a touchdown. People were cheering Heinicke's name, rightfully so. The guy was balling. He played his butt off out there. And like I said, the terrible sewage leak. But when I looked at the stands, it didn't look sold out to me. I didn't see a field-packed stadium. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you were there, if you saw a stadium that was just packed all around. I personally did not see that. But, let me know how your experience was at the game. I know it was hot as crap, like 90-something degrees out there. So I know it's super, super hot out there in Landover. So, all right, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the game, man. How do you guys feel about this Giants game coming up, man? It's going to be tough. I should be going live at 9 o'clock on Tuesday to preview the Giants game. So stay tuned for that. Have your notification bell. I did hear that they worked out this linebacker named Devontae Downs, who used to play with the Carolina Panthers. He was a 7th-round pick, played with the Giants as well. Might just be a special teams guy, but we need some linebackers out there, man. We got to pick up some. I feel like there's some other free agents out there that we got to pick up to help out this team defensively. And could we have used Curtis Samuel today? Sure, we could have used him for sure to help out this offense. But I want to see Heinicke start. I don't think it should be a debate. If Ron starts Fitzpatrick next week, then I'm kind of going to lose a little bit of, not respect, but I don't respect that decision at all if he starts Fitzpatrick next week against the Giants. All right, you guys, held the football team. Keep your heads up, man. Keep your heads up. Man. Eagles look good today. I'm not going to lie. They look good. Eagles look good. We're going to see the Giants in a little bit. I'm going to try to watch that game. They're not showing the game in my area. I don't have the NFL pass, so if you could just DM me a link on Twitter or something. I got a few links, but sometimes these links don't be working. All right, y'all. Keep it on the hush, though. All right, y'all. Held the football team. Peace.